Hello.
Once again,
Namaskara.
super. Welcome to Namma Bengaluru.
Thank you. Always happy to be here.
Same here. And actually, we all are waiting that when are you going to play once again Kannada the role or whatever in Kannada film? We all are waiting. First of all, please tell us your experience in Thangalaan film.
I never thought I would work on a film with a team, with a maker who would see me and bring out an output like that. What you saw in the teaser. I never, like, it shows Ranjit sir's vision, it shows his imagination, it shows what a mad, crazy world he created, and I'm grateful to him for giving me Aarti and making me push my own boundaries. And my experience with the team was nothing short of spectacular. Always wanted to work with Vikram sir. Since the day I started working in films, in Tamil films. So the combination of having all the artists actually together in a project like this was just a bonus on a bonus on a bonus on a bonus. It just kept getting better. Had a fantastic team. Danny, thank you for being a friend. This is a movie which was so hard. People equate the term blood, sweat, and tears with hard work. But in this movie, it was blood, sweat, tears, fractures, spine disc, skin rashes, hair falls, like anything you name. Sorry, danger from snake, potential snake bites, standing on a rock. For one shot, I had to stand on a rock which was on fire, up a danger of being caught on fire. I had to sit on a buffalo for a shot, danger of falling off a buffalo. I fell off a buffalo also. Thank you, Ranjit sir. Thank you. Nothing happened to the buffalo, but no animals were harmed, but actors were harmed quite a little bit.
For sure, it was an adventurous journey, I guess.
So just to give you an idea, these are some of the things we went through. There's a lot more which you will see when you watch the movie. So you can imagine what a crazy ride it's been. But like I was saying, I got to do this ride with the most fantastic team from Vikram sir, of course, the sweetest, kindest, most giving co-actor. Cannot imagine anybody else having done this journey with anybody else. Danny, thank you for the support. Thank you for the friendship on a set like this. Parvati, Pasupati sir, the entire cast and crew, everybody. If I start thanking now, this press conference will go on for a long time. But to summarize, it was a surreal experience.
Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you so much. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಅಡ್ವೆಂಚರಸ್ ಜರ್ನಿ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕೇಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಕೂಡ ಮತ್ತೆ ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನ ಕರಿತೀನಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಕಾಲ್ ಯು ಒನ್ಸ್ ಅಗೇನ್. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು so much once again. Thank you. One of the exceptional directors of South India, ನಮ್ಮ ನಿರ್ದೇಶಕರು ರಂಜಿತ್ ಸರ್, ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ವೇದಿಕೆಗೆ ಬರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯಿಂದ ವಿನಂತಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ರಂಜಿತ್ ಸರ್, ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ.
ಸಂಜೀವಿನಿ ರೇಖಿ ಮತ್ತು ಹಿಪ್ನೋಸಿಸ್ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಪೂರ್ವಜನ್ಮ, ಪ್ರೇತಾತ್ಮ, ಮಾಟ ಮಂತ್ರ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆಗಳನ್ನು ಗುಣಪಡಿಸಲಾಗುವುದು. ರೇಖಿ ಮತ್ತು ಹಿಪ್ನೋಸಿಸ್ ವಿದ್ಯೆಗಳನ್ನು ಸಹ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿಕೊಡಲಾಗುವುದು. ಎಂದೇ ಸಂಪರ್ಕಿಸಿ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ವಿ ಭರಣಿ ರಾಜು, ರೇಖಿ ಗ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಮಾಸ್ಟರ್ ಮತ್ತು ಮಾಸ್ಟರ್ ಹಿಪ್ನೋಟೈಸರ್.
ಹೇಗಿದ್ದೀರಾ? ಹೌ ಆರ್ ಯು ಸರ್?
Good, I'm good. I'm happy to be here in Bangalore, and thank you. I hope you guys welcomed always good content, and recently you guys setting a new benchmark in whole India, and I'm really appreciate and what you did Kaantara and KGF and Side A, Side B, and this generation, you are rocking in Bangalore cinema, like Kannada cinema. It's like a whole India, you just setting benchmark, and I really appreciate that. I'm happy to be here.
That's so sweet. It's a huge compliment from you side, sir. Thank you so much. ಈಗ KGF ಅಂದರೆ ನಾನು ಆಗಲೇ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಕನ್ನಡಿಗರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ KGF ಅಂದರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ರಾಕಿ ಭಾಯ್ ಸಿನಿಮಾ ನಮ್ಮದೊಂದು ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ. ಯಾಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಇಡೀ ಭಾರತ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅಲ್ಲ ವರ್ಲ್ಡಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಸುದ್ದಿಯಾದಂತಹ ಸಿನಿಮಾ. ಸೊ ತಂಗಲಾನ್ KGFನ ಸ್ಟೋರಿ ಹೇಗೆ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಜರ್ನಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಯಿತು ಸರ್?
Actually, before KGF, I into that world. I read that one interesting book. I got an idea about the KGF people, and how the people mine that gold. After I didn't know that KGF it is movie making that time. No, I just saw that one trailer. After that, I stopped at my work. So I just waiting for that. Someone's making a KGF. So I just waiting for that movie. But KGF it's a different world. What he made, no, Prasant Anil, it's a fantastic movie. It just fabulous, and like what he did. But it is a different KGF, and but somehow he connected like a gold. And he did something. He made some drama, and like no, it is very exciting. But after that, I realized, okay, I wanted to make a different KGF. So what I read, it's a different, like how the people came to KGF, how they started the gold mine, how colonial system happened that time, and also how the people suffered to finding the real gold. So that world excited me, and also historically happened in KGF. It's a very interesting thing, and also the people who affected like mythological story, and also the people like they got something when they found that gold. No, they are suffering people. They are suffering by that inequality in whole India. The people suffer like that. No, so that people came to try to find that gold. Not only gold, they lives. They wanted to they wanted to get a freedom from that caste society, from that inequality, from that a lot of things. So my story, my KGF, it's a deal like that. Yeah, trying to deal like that. Yeah.
ಓಕೆ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪರ್ಫೆಕ್ಷನಿಸ್ಟ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನೀವು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಪ್ರತಿ ಫ್ರೇಮಲ್ಲಿ, ನಾನು ಆಗಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ಈಗ ಮಡ್ ಕೂಡ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೇಕು, ಧೂಳು ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೇಕು, ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರಿ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಅದೆಲ್ಲದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಸರ್. ಒನ್ಸ್ ಅಗೇನ್ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಕಾಲ್ ಯು ಆನ್ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
Thank you.
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸರ್.
I've started calling you Aarti actually. I've stopped calling you Malavika for notice. I've been saying this. You know that, like she says, 100% is too little sometimes. 200%, 300% is also not enough when you're committed to a movie and you want to do something very different and spectacular. My life, I've done every film like that, but I say to her, you have Aparjit, Onion, or you have Ai, or you have Ravan. These are all movies that I really, Pita Magan, the movies that I really worked, and they worked on me, and it was very difficult. They're the most difficult movies, anybody can make. But compared to this movie, I always say that was only 8%. That's it. He killed us. Every shot, he killed us. It's not like I'm not exaggerating, because you may think that fight sequence, wherever you see Malavika and me fighting, it was difficult. But apart from that, Daniel and I have a scene that will be so difficult. And it is not about the fights. When Parvati is there, she's my wife. That again is, even if it's a romantic scene, it's not a romantic scene. It's a violent romantic scene. Or, I'm not talking about violence and everything. I'm saying this performance. Even if it was something that was very, very, very sensitive, we had to try really hard to be those characters, because none of them behave like us. We have been, we become cultured, we are so civilized. See, I'm standing like this and talking. Maybe then I would be squatting, and it's very different. Or I'll be like, the way I stand will be very different. So everything had to be, first of all, from the body language to the way we even think, had to change for this film. So every scene I felt, like there was no scene where, you can think, today is a light scene. Every scene, I swear, when you see the movie, when you see the trailer, you understand.
True,
every shot is like that. And all of us had to perform. The most beautiful thing is, you said it very beautifully. You said a lot of things that I was surprised, like you seem to know so much. Of course, we spoke to you earlier.
Exactly.
But the performances, he's got artists. Every actor in this movie is a performer of some sort. Maybe I'm the only one who cheats a little and does some homework and comes, but everybody, starting from all the way from London, there's a gentleman here called Daniel, Aarti, Parvati, and Pasupati, and we have Hari, we have so many of them. And in this movie, we didn't have junior artists, we didn't have supporting actors, we had only character. Everybody was like a drama artist, or he's gone to drama schools and picked them up. There was auditions. So every single one of them you saw in the frame, they will all act, and all of them got hurt, even the women. It's not just the men. Because those times were like that. What is so beautiful about this film is we had to live like them. It was not just the dress. We had to actually live like them to bring across that emotion. And I think the only way we could have done that is to be them. We couldn't have acted. So maybe the first few days, all of us teething problems. But once we started, once we got into it, we went back so many hundreds of years ago. And it was beautiful. And I just want to add that this movie is a very raw, it's a very, very, very raw film, but at the same time, it's a very exciting film to have worked in and to even watch. Like from the trailer, you can understand. It's not a film that's like, it's only about poverty or it's only about drama, or it's not that. There's something exciting happening always. And he has somehow, in that reality, he's done a little bit of magical reality where he's woven a little bit of fantasy into it, which is believable.
Correct.
And at the same time, at one point, you don't know what is fantasy, what is reality. And it was such an honor working with you, Ranjit. I think he's one of the most promising and most dedicated directors in India, not just anywhere else. And Ranjit, I wanted to say about the Kannada films, and he said everything that I was going on in my mind. I love your films, and he actually, the 4 films that he mentioned were films I saw. In fact, Side A and Side B, I even called up Rakshit and told him. I started the film, and I was thinking it was actually 10 o'clock. Started watching, and then I said, we'll see tomorrow. Okay. I went up, then I said, no, what happens to this guy? Wow. I went back and watched the whole thing, and I called him up next day. Okay. I said, I watched it, and I wanted to call up everybody in the movie and tell them it was so good. And Kaantara, I had to add, when we started the film, Kaantara hadn't been released, like where KGF was, when he had started thinking about the film. And I was only into this role and what we can do with this film, and God, we should make this somehow reach the audience and, go there. And Kaantara, how Bahubali came and just opened doors, there was no, there was, a lot of films like James and Aparjit, a lot of films have already reached across the borders, but Bahubali came and opened doors. And then KGF made it even bigger, pushed the doors open more and, all over. But Kaantara came in and said, listen, even a movie with content can make an impact. And something that is so steeped in mythology, which is only restricted to Mangalore, was actually reaching people across the globe. That suddenly, that was in the middle of our shoot, and I thought, wow, that means we don't have to try so hard. People have changed. The way they're watching movies is very different. I just wanted to add that, and I would like to tell you that I love the Kannada films that's happening right now, and maybe someday we'll do a Kannada film. So I don't know.
Oh my God.
I'm just thinking. Because I've always, even before I used to think, why haven't I tried Kannada? I've done Malayalam, I've done Telugu. When I used to struggle, I've done everything. I hadn't gone into Kannada, I was just thinking, maybe. But let's see, something pops up. I'd love to do Prashant, Neil, everybody is you're another level. It'd be lovely to work with you guys. Thank you, and thank you for being here and for being so patient. Got a little late to come, and I'm so sorry. I hadn't had food all day, and I was a little hungry, so it was my fault, not my crew. And I have to add that I've also worked with some really exceptional talents like Malavika, Danny, Parvati, Pasupati, and all of them. And I won't say, I know you got to ask a lot of questions. I'll see you on the other side.
ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕಾಯ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ ಸರ್.
ಹೇಳಿ ಸರ್, ಈ ಗೆಟಪ್ ತಗೊಳಕ್ಕೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ದಿವಸ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರಿ ಈ ಗೆಟಪ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ? How many days
you took?
Full movie, sir.
No, for the preparation.
For the preparation.
Hairstyle and everything.
I think to grow and all of that, I think about 3 months. 3, 4, 5, 6 months maybe. Because actually 6 months actually. Started and cut panna, we grew it, and I lost weight. I was really nice and healthy, like my friend here, my PRO, but not as handsome. And that was the physical part. The mental part took longer. For me, I always like to get ready before the shoot, and we used to speak a lot, and we didn't talk about my character, we spoke about other things, about ideologies, about politics regarding the movie, about the system, social inequality. And what struck me then was this is not something that is, if you just see this, when you see the song, I thought it's such a Tamil song. And then I saw it in Hindi, and suddenly I was thinking, wow, it's actually like a Hindi song. When I see it in Kannada, it is a Kannada song. In Malayalam, I think all of us looked like this at that time. We were all like this. It's just that now we've changed a little, and each state has a different costume or whatever. So anywhere in India, I think people will be able to identify with the story. In everybody's house, in your house, there will be a grandfather or a great grandfather who's had something done to them during the colonial times, who'd had some form of maybe joy, maybe sadness, whatever. So everybody will be, I'm sure, able to resonate with something like this. And I was taken up with all that, and then getting into the character, like Ranjit was always there from the very beginning. It took us about 2 to 3 days before we kind of, got into that groove, wherein he didn't have to tell me, that place, don't do this, don't do that. And it was a flow after that. And but it was very difficult, like Malavika said. She forgot the scorpions. The funny thing is, he will be shooting and he'll say, hey, அங்கே போய் ஒரு பாம்பு எடுத்துருவா, ஒரு பாம்பு 3 ஸ்கார்பியன்ஸ் எடுத்துருவா, தேல் எடுத்துருவான்னு. And then they'll just go lift one stone, then no, one other stone, one scorpion, one more scorpion, another stone, one scorpion. You won't believe, in 10 minutes, sunlight po the secret, in 10 minutes they'll get a snake or they'll get a scorpion. It was that way. None of us had slippers, we didn't have clothes, so fight sequences, there was no protection. We used to get hurt, like I've broken my rib during practice. I couldn't walk for almost 3 months. First one leg, I already have a leg problem, so that got affected. Then this leg I was putting so much, that again I had a problem, I couldn't walk. I didn't tell him because he'll panic. And that is for me. But this gentleman here, he came in with already had a problem. Then it got worse. He had 2 surgeries. Then he had 1 more, but he didn't do it because he needed more time to recuperate and we had to finish the film. So he shot with that and he went back, thought, damn good, it's over. And he went and he got operated, he was in bed. And then we get a call that we're changing the climax a little bit to make it more exciting. And we were like climax is when we all fight, we all got beaten. Not again, Rajin, no, shall we try? And then what he said makes sense. It was something it was very poetic. So, sorry, Mr. Dhananjay. So after that, he came back. And with that, he couldn't even walk. He fought. Way to go, Danny. And he started eating Indian food, like he was talking to you in the morning, and he loves all our food. He'll say, I only like fish, but then he says the whole thing. And he's now half Indian. Just a little more days, he'll be talking Tamil, Kannada, Hindi. And that's it, sir.
Every day, ಎಷ್ಟು ಟೈಮ್ ತಗೋತೀರಿ ಮೇಕಪ್ಗೆ?
4 to 5 hours. And to take off 1 hour. And before it was 2 hours. Then Parvati had an idea, take basil powder and, basin powder and little oil and rub it and, like how Cleopatra used to have a bath. And after that, just go wash it off. But that still took about 1 hour. And there'll be dirt, there'll be ash, there'll be gold dust. It was but putting on the makeup, the scars, tattoos, all of that took time. And for her, it was again tattoos. She had red makeup. She'll tell you about her look a little later. But that's...
ವಿಕ್ರಮ್ ಸರ್, ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ನೀವು ಎಲ್ಲ ರೀತಿ ಪಾತ್ರಗಳನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಾ? ಹಿಸ್ಟಾರಿಕಲ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪಾತ್ರಗಳನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ. ನಿಮಗೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಪಾತ್ರ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಸಿದಿಲ್ಲ?
That is why they are there, no? That's why I always say, see, I feel Pitamagan is a character which Bala, when he thought of, he's such a great guy that there's no person who exists like Pitamagan. If you actually, do you think, there are different type of people, but somebody like that who's away from society and he becomes something else, and he's a character he imagined. Likewise, in Aparajit, there is a thing, there are people with that problem, but still, how to do it commercially. And then now in Thangalaan, there are people, there have been people, in fact, all of them were Thangalans, right? So the director, when he thinks, I think, every time I thought, okay, I've done only historical character, I have to do that also, I've done, don't know what more to do, but then he comes up with Thangalaan. It's like that. You just keep, like how we are pushing boundaries, I think a director and a story writer is always trying to get, across a new boundary.
Prashant Neel film, it's totally different. So he trying to story, it's kind of, he made some drama and like the story about the KGF, Rocky Boy. But I'm trying to tell the story. It's a story about Thangalaan people. So Thangalaan people, what is the Thangalaan people happened that time? The colonial system, the problem India has faced a problem. It's a lot about not only the freedom things. It is like people affected by that caste, affected by that separation. So that is the thing. I wanted to try to tell that through that cinema.
Can I add? Okay, thanks, Raji. That was nicely said. But I want to add that this movie, I mean, it's very different from Prashant's, I mean, Yash's KGF, like he said. It's very different. But the thing is, the difference is not in the way, in the genre. It's not just that. In this also, like when Ranjit is saying he's talking about oppression, he's talking about casteism, whatever. The movie is not dealing with that. What he's done is, it is actually something else. We are searching for something. He's searching for something. She is trying to do something to whether, like, stop our search or whatever. That is the thing. But what he's very cleverly done is, he has infused all of these things. The questions that you ask will be there. Like, through the film, you will know that this community or this people at that time in India, all over India, were facing that. All of us, we faced untouchability. All of us, the nation has thing. But that is not the story. That is a vein that goes. You can't shoot a film in that time. Suppose you had shot Thangalaan and it was only the search for something and not touch that, it will not be real. So he's created a scene. It's like I keep saying, like Titanic. What is Titanic about? Is it about the ship? No. It's about the love story. Two beautiful people. They could have been in Bangalore. One could have been in Bangalore. One could have been in another state. Correct or not? But where you put that love? It could be in North Pole. It could be in Africa. So like that, he's put it. His story is another story which he's put there. But he has been true to that in the sense that everything that we are talking, what you asked, will all be there. But it won't be, yeah, take it. Open your mouth. No. It's there. You know that, yeah, that was happening. Oh, yeah, right, that's happening. Like now, suppose, let me say I come and I shoot something here. I'll have to add your little, maybe, I can't be eating like dosa, of course, you'll get here, right? Like Italy, whatever, that also you'll get here. Everybody, we have the same food. Okay, let me say like Punjab. I'm shooting in Punjab. I can't be sitting in a hotel and eating Italy. Correct or not? You'll suddenly feel odd. So that Italy will be there. But the movie is not about the Italy. It's about those gundas who come to beat up this guy and this guy is trying to protect that girl. And you understand? So that is the way the movie is. But that's not, I'm making it sound very light. But it's not that. It is a very, when you see it, it will affect you. It will touch you somewhere. But you won't be thinking, oh God, this is happening. Oh my God, they're having pain. Oh my, it's not that. It's an exciting film. It's like a crazy film. Like you just think, like, I don't know, I mean, I'm jumping genres, but let's say Raiders of the Lost Ark. Suppose it was in that time. And the hero, I mean, Harrison Ford is actually Thangalaan. What could happen? That's the story. Right? Thank you. I hope I answered your question. We did. Thanks.
ರಂಜಿತ್ ಸರ್, ಈ ವಿಜುವಲ್ ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ಈ ಸಿನಿಮಾದಲ್ಲಿ CG% ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ ಒಂದು, ಎರಡನೇದು ತುಂಬ ಟ್ರೈಬ್ಗಳು ಕಾಣ್ತಾರೆ, ಒಂದು 3-4 ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಟ್ರೈಬ್ಗಳು ಇದ್ದಾಗಿದೆ ಹೊಡೆದಾಟ ಫೈಟಿಂಗ್ ಸೀನಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಅವರೆಲ್ಲ ನಿಜವಾದ ಟ್ರೈಬ್ಸಾ ಅಥವಾ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕಲ್ಪನೆಯ ಟ್ರೈಬ್ ಇವರ, ಅಥವಾ ಆ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ KGF ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಂಥ ಟ್ರೈಬ್ಗಳ ಅಂತ?
No, it's not. Imaginary is there, but real people. It's story about the real people only. These people lived that time in KGF, so wanted to try. I wanted to tell about the real people.
And I'm sorry, just to add to that also, Thangalaan is from the colonial times. I think you're asking because the other shot where I'm walking and all red and all that, right? And the others, there are different generations which goes back to 2000 years back, when we really don't have an idea what it was. You get it? I think that's what. So it's not, you may think, oh, those people, it's a different time altogether. So I go through about like 10 generations in the film. You understand? So that difference will be there. CG?
Yeah, CG is there. Yeah.
CG is there, but yeah.
Yeah, 10%. I think it's a very realistic movie. We're trying to add some exciting thing, and also people who thought like imaginary things, a lot of things, and people believed a lot of mythological story. Mythological, it is not like it's a realistic, right? It is kind of a creative process, and also they had a lot of stories about an ancestor via. So that story wanted to tell. No, that story, it's a lot of depend on CG. So 20-25% it will be, it is there in CG, I think.
He felt that has to be added because after reading the book, when he went to those places, they had these stories, no, which you wanted.
Yeah.
Vikram sir, namaste sir. Here, Ravi here from Kannada Picture. And namaste, Malvika ma'am. Doing commercial films and doing based on true event films, what is the exact difference between the layer? And you people are keep on running the based on true event stories, especially Vikram sir. Why exactly? Why?
based, I didn't understand the second part of your question.
Doing commercial films and doing based on true event films, there is a strong layer is there.
So I do more raw films, you're saying?
Yes, yes, exactly. What is the main core point
No, for me,
people are doing
as an actor, I always felt I was doing, even now I do commercial cinema and I do very realistic and raw cinema. But I always will think, why not make both the films come together, you know? Why not make a realistic commercial cinema or a like really mainstream cinema which is so real? And I think the answer is here. When you see the film, you'll understand. It is so raw, but it'll be so commercial. What is commercial? I mean, anyway, Kaantara is commercial. It is commercial, but it is a raw film, right? But why is it commercial? Because it reached everybody. It's a wider range. So that becomes commercial. It's not about what genre the film is. It is how impactful or how much you reach. See, now KGF is a commercial film, but Kaantara didn't start like a commercial film. But the reach was so great because you actually touched everybody. Everybody wants to see it. Then it becomes commercial. So like that, you could do anything. This movie we are trying to evoke, we are trying to create a situation where people will want to see this, which should make it commercial.
Hi, Malvika. Welcome back to Bangalore. We have seen you in 2016, Nanu Mattu Varalakshmi. We have seen you most of in glamour roles and girl next door roles. Now you are doing a glam tough role. So how challenging for you to accept this role and to prepare to this character?
Like you said, I was most of the offers I was getting also were a certain genre of films, which is lovely. Like I want to continue doing that, but I was hungry to, I wanted to some of my favorite actresses I have grown up watching. I have grown up loving. Sri Devi, Shobhana ma'am, Urvashi, Malayali actress. So Madhuri Dixit. So many of them they've played their filmography is so versatile. They've played so many diverse roles, and at the end of the day, that's the only way to grow. That's the only way to get better. That's the only way to explore yourself as an actor, to reach different kinds of people, do different genres of films. You do just one type of film or one type of role, it gets boring, and you also don't explore. So I was at a stage where I wanted to work with good filmmakers and play well-written and really interesting roles directed by a good maker. And it was at that point, like I keep saying that, this film came my way, we crossed paths, and I was like, I want to do this. I did have a thought initially, the first time I got into the get-up, into the makeup, and I looked into the mirror and I was like, who is this, how are people going to react to, people are so used to seeing me a certain way that thought did cross my mind, but it was a very fleeting moment. And the moment I got on set and I realized the caliber of what this role could be, what the ways in which it's going to challenge me, I never had that thought again. It was just about cracking the character right, being opposite someone like Vikram sir. Like physically, we had a lot of action sequences together, and he's so fierce on screen, so powerful, so all the superlatives basically, he's all of that. To match up to that power in terms of physicality was so hard for me. I'm a very girly girl, I've never done stick fighting in my life. I've never done an action role. To play the stunts, to bring in that power in a believable way, that was one of my biggest challenges. And if I didn't get that right, nobody would have believed that she's able to hit him. It will look fake on screen. So I loved how it was very hard. Yes, I had a lot of meltdowns on set. There were days I was like, I don't know if I'll be able to do this. But here we are today, so close to release, and I hope that I've done a good job. So it's a character that it's a character that I like, the kind I always wanted, that serendipitously just came my way at the right time.
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸೋ ಮಚ್. ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಓಕೆ, ಒಂದೇ ನಿಮಿಷ. ಕೊನೆಯ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ, ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಯಾರಾದರೂ ಕೇಳಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕೊನೆಯ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ.
In that period, all of us look like that only. Anywhere in the world, even in Africa, we look like that. South America, we look like that.
ಹಾಂ, ಕೇಳಿ ಸರ್.
No, sir, you will have a question, sir. I will not go without you asking me a question.
Yes.
So he's not finished, sir. So that is the thing. It's a commonality with everybody. And that's a great film, of course. But honestly, I feel ours is very different. I would like to say it's better, but I won't. it's a very, because that's our baby. So that's what I'll feel. But it's a very different film. It's like see, you're actually asking, is it like KGF also, right? KGF, no, I'm saying, is it, no, not you. Someone was saying, no, I'm saying where we inspired from KGF, because KGF is, when you see it, you know they're different films, right? So when the doubt comes there, when you have two people not wearing clothes, you'll think obviously there is the similarity, I'm saying. Huh? Thank you. How sweet. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir.
Vikram sir, last question.
Sir, 1 sec, gentleman. No. Yes, sir. The producer, sir? So he's also a producer on this film, sir. Oh. Sorry, sir. No, now you... Yeah, he's also... There are two producers. He's one of the producers. And because we want to save money for the film, we've cancelled one ticket. So he's taking care of the film. But thank you for being concerned. We'll tell him that you're worried. Say, sir. Yeah, he's also. Neelam Productions is his. Yeah, that... Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, please. Why do you think I'm so friendly with him? He has to pay me. There's one last payment that's got to come, so. Sir, what? I didn't do, sir, because last time I did, but a little. But what happened is no, I did only little. I didn't do too much. The thing is, this is very authentic. We're trying to do that. If I dub, there'll be a little, it will not be pure. We want pure gold. So,
Vikram sir, ಇಲ್ಲಿ
ಇದು ರಿಯಲ್ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ.
ಲಾಸ್ಟ್
ರಿಯಲ್ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್. You're a rock star, man.
ವಿಕ್ರಮ್ ಸರ್, ಈ ಗೆಟಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್,
ಸಾರಿ you want to ask a question? Yeah,
ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಹೇಗಿತ್ತು ಅಂತ.
Sorry, sir.
ಈ ಗೆಟಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಹೇಗಿತ್ತು ಅಂತ.
My family, they laughed.
ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡಲಿ? ಹಾಂ, ಎಸ್ ಸರ್.
They laughed, okay? They laughed, rolling laughter. But for that, how I will explain is, I have one hairdresser who is there. She's from North India, but she prays a lot and all that. So the first sequence he took was, I had a dhoti till here, no shirt. She didn't know this. She came, and when she saw me and I had this gown, I took it off and I was not having a shirt. She was so shy. She was saying, "Sir, okay, sir, okay, sir, I'm doing." And she was standing far away and, "Okay, done." No. He was saying, "No, little more." Okay, sir. That's the first day. Second day, third day, fourth day, my dress started going up till it became like that. She also, "Okay, sir," became, "Okay, sir, okay, sir." Then in the end, I used to be wearing just that or underwear, and because 5 hours makeup, 8 people, including her, were doing my hair. Everybody's working on me. And there is one scene you saw on the thing where I wear clothes, like I'll be wearing shirt and pant you see in the horse, where I'm coming, and with a gun also I come in the song. That day I was sitting there and they brought that costume. And she said, "What is this? Vikram sir's costume?" And she started rolling on the floor. "You're going to wear that?" And she's rolling. I said, "Ozzy, you're actually finding that funny?" "Yeah, it's so funny how you..." Because she got used to this other dress. So, I'm just saying. That was very ironical. But I think between normal clothes and that's more comfortable. You should try it at home sometime.
Hi, Vikram.
Your people will laugh at you. Don't bother. Try it.
Vikram sir, on your right. Here. Kirti Patil here from Vistara News. I knew everyone has already complimented you for the transformation that you have got throughout the film. The trailer is really a breathtaking. I compliment for that. And I wanted to ask you, the question is, if you had the opportunity to collaborate with a Kannada film industry actor, whom would it be? Whom would you pick it up or prefer to work with?
No,
You, sir.
a Kannada film actor or actress?
Anyone, director, producer, an actress, or an actor.
Yash, Srinidhi Shetty, Prashant Neel.
Thank you,
Good
sir.
answer. And they're all my friends, so I'm sorry. I was being a little... And Rakshit Shetty, of course. And Shamira, if she's there to support our films. She has been like, she interviewed us earlier and we really love that energy. You're doing a great job. In fact, you're giving more PR than us for the movie. Thank you so much. Very sweet of you. Danny is very impressed with you. by the way.
Oh God.
All the way from London. And please, somebody, you need to ask him a question
that's
because he's come all the way from London to answer your question.
ಏನಾದ್ರು ಇದೆಯಾ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಡೇನಿಯಲ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ?
Anybody who wants to, yeah. And please ask him a question that will make India proud, okay?
Yeah, question to Daniel, last one. ಅದೇ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಬರಬೇಕು ಪ್ಲೀಸ್. ಎಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್.
Hi Vikram. We all have seen that you have put a lot of effort and hard work into it. Actually, I had a question for you. Yes, I was waiting from long time, but the mic did not come this side. Yeah. So we all have seen that there is a lot of hard work and efforts has been put into the film. But I wanted to know which was the difficult part, whether doing this film or making it reach to the people.
Convincing the press. No, true answer, sir. Because you're asking all the right questions, all the right doubts. It's our duty to, it's like his duty when he comes and says, you do this, why should I do? You tell me. I want to stand like this. Then when he said that shot, I say, I want to lie like this. No, sir, ninna sir, nalla irkom. Like that, we have to convince you and ask a question. But I hope I answer. But then, on a serious, that was a funny thing. But seriously saying, I think doing this film or films like this is very difficult. But getting it to the audience is not difficult. It has to be enterprising and you have to be innovative. You have to try really hard because you're doing something very serious. And nobody wants a message and nobody wants to see something that can be raw. You want to give it to them. So how exciting can you be? It starts from the time he writes the story. Write well, make it exciting, make scenes that are engrossing and that you get them involved in it. Get performances that get people to believe that it's really happening. And then finally you have the film, but now you just have to tell them that this is what it is. And so give them little leaks, teasers, trailers, and the job's done. I hope we are doing a good job, or maybe should we try harder? Thank you very much.
Yes, you have. Super, thank you. Yes. Wow. Okay.
This is Ranganath from Namaki FI. You've also worked with Hollywood movies and you've started your journey in Indian films. So how what is the difference that you find actually with the Hollywood movies and with the Indian movies that you've worked with?
That's a very good question. Indian movies, like Indian culture, is energized, colorful, passionate, visceral. It's magnetic, it draws you in. It doesn't matter what film it is, there's always an underlying energy in Indian cinema. I think we've lost that in the West a little bit. I really do believe that. I feel that Indian cinema is on the verge of becoming the most powerful film industry in the world. I think that is connected to cinema because, as Chian's saying, you want to make that film. Cinema makers in India are thinking about those cinema-going public who have to spend sometimes very hard-earned money to go with their families to the cinema. And they want to give them something. They want to give them something and they make sure that people are coming to the cinema. So a filmmaker like Paranjit has to think, I have to do something special. Whereas in the West, we've lost a lot of our cinemas. It's become about streaming. So that's just content. So Indian cinema for me is still in an amazing place. You've got amazing filmmakers, a thriving cinema industry. It's exciting, and I feel excited genuinely to be just a little part of Indian cinema history, and for Paranjit to have cast a British actor who I mean, I've never seen it before. Maybe a lot of the media might correct me here, but I don't think anyone's ever told me that there's been a British parallel kind of lead in an Indian film. There's been lots of British actors, but the roles are usually very similar and quite small. So Paranjit had this vision about just making things a bit more international. So that's really interesting. And I think Indian cinema is one step away. Once it goes international in terms of its storytelling, then there's nothing stop Indian cinema. Hollywood will, it can't compete. You can't compete with Indian. It won't be able to compete. The numbers won't be there because Indian cinema now internationally is getting the numbers as well. I hope that makes sense. Just what I'm saying, yeah. So yeah, I'm really excited to have been part of this. Really.
Thank you so much once again. ಎಸ್ ಮೊದಲನೇದಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಧ್ಯಮ ಮಿತ್ರರಿಗೆ ಅಮೇಝಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳಿಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸೋ ಮಚ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಟೀಮ್ ತಂಗಲಾನ್ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸೋ ಮಚ್ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿಗೆ ಬಂದು